Hello, guys. Welcome to tonight's live stream. Say hello as you're popping on. Alrighty, just got the notification, just silenced my own phone. Hello, guys. Say hello as you're popping on. Super excited to be back. Yes. First official live stream since August 29th. So, in case you didn't know, I was away. I had a procedure and I just couldn't go live. It was a pretty major procedure, but I'm so excited to be back. Say hello as you're popping on. Alrighty. There we go. All right, you guys. Hello. Yes. Super excited. I'm super excited to be back at a time where we are entering the final quarter, the fourth quarter of 2024. So many amazing things happen in the fourth quarter, you guys. I hope you really understand that. And in case you don't know, tonight I am showing up to talk about it and to let you know how, no matter how your year has gone thus far, this can literally be the biggest quarter of this year for you. You could be starting from complete scratch. Like you could be like, Steph, I just came online and I just started to learn about making money online and I want to get started right now. These final 3 months of the year can be amazing for you. You could have been someone that's kind of like just been chugging along or kind of like here and there, poking in and poking out. You might have resources and you just haven't done a whole lot, right? Like literally you could have just like wasted the entire first 3 quarters. I am telling you that this final quarter, these final 3 months, right, can do so much for you. I have this shared at the end of my notes tonight, but I decided I want to break into it first. All right. Understand something. All right. In case you didn't know this, games are won in the fourth quarter. Think about basketball. A team can be behind the entire game. They can be behind first quarter. They can be behind second quarter. They can be behind third quarter. And they can decide to come back in the fourth quarter and win when it matters the most. Businesses oftentimes statistically do so much better during the fourth quarter, right? For a variety of different reasons. And so all I'm telling you is that like if you just decide that no matter where you are right now, you want to grow exponentially, you want to make exponential strides in the very last quarter, you absolutely can. And let me just tell you this to keep 3 months in perspective. When we came into the year 2024, I was like a lot of other people working my business to pay the current month's bills. Like I wasn't ahead, I wasn't behind, I was just like right where most people were. And the first 3 months of the year, because I worked a plan and because again, I followed this roadmap that I'm going to break down for you tonight, the first 3 months of the year, I was able to set ourselves up where our entire bills for the entire year could be paid. Meaning, like, even if I did nothing else after March, my bills were still paid for the entire year. This past month that I took off, right, because I had a procedure, I not once had to worry about money. I not once had to worry about my business. I not once had to worry about whether or not sales were coming in. Sales did in fact come in. I still made a great deal of money even while I was away and working very minimal, but not once was I stressed. I even said, if I don't make any money right during this time, number one, I believe that would be a fluke for me, but I was like, but I'm completely fine, right? Because I know that, again, our bills are already taken care of for the entire year. And you guys, I did that in the first 3 months of this year, right? So just imagine building your business in such a way where you're stacking your coins, you're stacking, that you're not just building your business to stay afloat. If I could do that during the first 3 months of the year, I'm telling you, I know without a doubt that you can decide to do something so incredible during these final 3 months if you really decide to get serious and you really decide to be about your business. So who is here live tonight and you're like, I am so about my business, right? Let me know, because tonight I'm going to help you. As the title says, here's the exact roadmap I followed to earn over $100,000 this year thus far, right? This is going to be my biggest year in business ever since coming online. All right. And so I want to share exactly how I made that so, without momentum. Like I got started from pretty much zero, meaning like I was starting over. This wasn't built on momentum. I pivoted my business, right? And I decided to start something completely different than what I was already doing, right? And so there was a lot of things that I had to factor in. So it's super excited to break down and share these things with you guys tonight. Hello, Victory Glow. Hello, Coaching by Portia. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, Carla. Thank you so much for the welcome back. Yes, everything is fine. Everything has been fine, right? From the moment that I had my procedure, ended up having to spend a night in the hospital, which was not planned, but it was perfectly fine. And my husband was able to take 3 weeks off to be with me during this entire time. So I'm so sad he has to go back to work tomorrow. I love spending time with him. I love having him home. But it's been it's literally like outside of healing, like it's been an amazing time. And I just feel so blessed overall, so blessed to have the business that I have. I know sometimes we can say these things and it just sounds so cliche and it sounds like, like it's just a thing. I just can't imagine having to have put off what I needed to have done because I wouldn't have had the time if I was working a job, or to wonder, like, am I going back too early? Or, what if I didn't take my business serious this year? And like, what if I still was in the feast and famine where it was like I had to work every single month to pay the next month's bills, right? Like this procedure, this time would have been completely different, right? Like I would have been stressed and I probably wouldn't have been able to heal as fast. And I would have, been doing things that I probably had no business doing, having to push myself and stretch myself. You guys, this is why I say, like, you don't build your business when you need to, right? You build your business when you have the inspiration to go for it, because there just might be a time in your life or a point in your life where you actually do need your business, right, to handle business when you aren't able to physically handle business. Y'all, did you hear what I just said? Right? Like you don't wait to grow this thing, right, until you need it. Like that's one of the things that irks me the most. And people are like, Steph, like I need to make money. Well, it's too late. Like, not that you can't, but building anything out of like desperation, right? There's a different energy that goes into it. Not once this year have I built my business out of desperation, right? Like it was fueled by all of the right things, which is why I have attracted and I've built and I've manifested such an amazing business, because not once was it built out of, I can't pay my bills if I don't make X amount of sales. It was built out of the desire to want to change my own life, right, at the service of helping other people realize, right, that they can change their life with the same resources and access to information and opportunity that I had for myself. Like that's what my business has been built by. All right. So take your notebook out, grab a pen. All right. And I am going to show you, number one, I'm going to break down the roadmap that I followed, right, so that you can follow it as well. Right. And I'm going to usher you into, right, a way of being able to handle business for this final quarter so that you can make this the best quarter of 2024, no matter where you are right now. All right. Gosh, I feel like I'm like exerting a lot of energy and I feel like I'm not like talking loud. I don't know if that's just still where I am right now, but I feel like I'm like whispering for whatever reason. So hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. Let me tell you something, this healing process like is not at all what I thought in terms of, yes, I'm healed, but there's a lot of things I guess that still need to heal that don't have me at 100% yet. So bear with me, please. So number one, all right. So again, this is the exact roadmap that I followed. It's the exact roadmap I created for myself that allowed me to earn over $100,000 this year thus far. All right. And it already is my biggest year in business since being online. All right. And so what's so great about this, before I break into everything, is if you think about it, Like that's how it should be, right? When I account for everything that I've learned over the years, everything that I've gone through, all of my expertise, all of my mistakes, it's like I've been able to create game plans and frameworks and plans, right? That no wonder they work for me, because with so much experience, I know what works, I know what doesn't work, right? And being that I entered a space of being way more responsible for the success that I wanted, right? Like I was able to steer this thing to get exactly what it is that I wanted. I'm going to break that down for you guys tonight. All right. So step number one for this roadmap for me, all right, is number one, I got super solid on me. All right. Super solid on me. Now, I'm just going to give you a heads up. A lot of what we're going to talk about tonight, I can't go crazy in depth, but if you decide to step into my community, right, the link is down below in my description. You'll be able to meet with me live every single Tuesday to get your questions answered, to get mentorship around anything that you need guidance, mentorship, and help on. All right. And a lot of these initial things are things that if you don't handle and tackle them, make it growing your business is a heck of a lot harder. I see it all of the time. All right. So with getting solid on me, this is what that meant, right? Is that I knew, and I knew that I wanted and I desired to change my finances and to position myself to earn no less than $10,000 a month. Now, for me, this was so much bigger than just a number game. And I know that most people out there, they just play number games with themselves. They just arbitrarily want things and they never assign any kind of meaning to them. When I moved into this game plan for myself and I began to work what would become as like the roadmap that changed my life in less than a year, right? It's that this was personal this time for me. And if you go back on my channel and watch a lot of my videos and a lot of my live streams from this year, you'll hear me say that repeatedly, like this was personal for me. All right. And I think that's an element that so many people don't bring into their business, is that they never truly make it a personal endeavor. They never really make it a cause, right? It's always something they're striving for, right? And that's why so many people are so confused and all over the place, because they never make it personal, right? And so for me, I did a lot of work around knowing that this was me. Understand this, okay? When I said that I wanted and I desired to change my finances and to position myself where I earn no less than $10,000 a month, I did a great deal of work around knowing that that was my reality. Not believing it was so, not kumbaya, not a lot of this fake stuff you hear and consume online. I did a lot of work around knowing, right, that just as I spoke it, just as I said, that's what I wanted, just as it was a desire in my heart, that it was already in fact so. So I moved from a place of believing it was possible, right, to knowing that it already was. That made such a difference in the way I actually navigated my business and made all of the decisions that I made inside of my business, right? And so this whole knowing factor, it moved me from a place of, stretching to have a $10,000 a month and it be a fluke, right? Like, let me know if you can identify with any of these things, right? Because I've had done that before. I've earned well over $30,000 in a month before, right? But not to repeat it, not to replicate it, not to duplicate it, right? It wasn't consistent. It was something that I stretched for. It was something that I launched for. And in this instance, I was so clear. I was like, I don't want a business where, my months are a fluke. I didn't want them to be because of a launch crunch. I didn't want to have to depend upon workshops in order to have big months like I did prior. I didn't want just an initial cash injection because I was launching something that was exciting and I was going to send an email out to my list and make some really, really big money initially, but then not know how I can repeat that months after. Right. And I didn't want my business to be a stretch for $10,000 every single month. Right. I have experienced all of those things. Right. And I knew that I was just not available for that kind of business anymore. So that at a minimum, that $10,000 every single month is what that I would actually earn. And here's where I believe the factor of knowing it was already a done deal, like not believing, but knowing. Right? Like that was me. I'm like, I'm a $10,000 a month earner, no less, like period. right? So that then coupled with, I attached a great deal of personal meaning around $10,000 a month, right? Like I knew exactly what it would do for me and for my husband. I knew how we would use it. I knew how it was going to set us up, right? Like I knew exactly like what it meant. So it wasn't just arbitrarily. How many of you guys have set goals and it's like you've just set these things because you hear people out there talking about being a boss babe, right? And earning this kind of money. And you're like, well, I want to earn that kind of money too, but there's no personal attachment to it, right? $10,000 a month, not a lot of money, but let's be real, okay? And put all the boss babes to rest out there. Go Google right now. Go Google, right? How many entrepreneurs earn six figures a year? And you're going to see the percentage of 6%. All right. So not everyone that endeavors in business is earning $10,000 a month. Not all the women out there are boss babes, right? This takes work. This takes consideration. This takes doing this kind of work, right? In order to get your business to a point, right, where you're making this kind of money, not just a fluke, not just every once in a while, not just hit and miss, right? But consistently. Right. And so for me, a big part of knowing was like, I got well with the fact, yes, I would love to build a 6-figure a month business. Like me, I want to build a business, right, that is cash flowing $100,000 a month. Right. That is more to prove to myself that I can build something big. However, $10,000 a month consistently sets me and my husband up far better than we ever have been before. It's exactly how I was able in 3 months to pay my entire bills for the entire year, right? It's because I didn't blow the money. I didn't do boss babe stuff with it, right? Like I knew exactly what it meant, right? Therefore, it's been more than enough. Right. And more often than not, my months, I earn well over $10,000 a month. That was just the minimum that I wanted to set for myself. So I'm going to urge you, right, to start attaching more personal meaning around the things you say that you want, especially when it comes to your financial goals. Because I know a lot of times people they assume like I'm fussing at them. And if you take it personal, right, and I don't know your business, it means that I guess I am fussing at you and you're taking it as a personal attack because it relates to you, right? And you need to step up and start making these things happen for you because I don't know hardly anyone's personal business, right? When you attach a personal meaning to it, it's like you don't need anyone to rah-rah you. You don't need anyone to cheerlead you. Like you literally are your own motivation because the attachment that you've put on that sum of money that you say you want is like you step into a place of responsibility where you're like, no matter how things look, no matter what's happening, I'm going to make it so, right? Like I'm going to, in fact, pull it off. Right. So again, I attached a great deal of meaning. Okay. Number 2, I was unavailable to fail. You don't hear me. You don't hear me. I was unavailable to fail. Failure was not an option. It's like I don't even register what failure means. I don't even know what failure means because even in 17 years of having a lot of ups and downs, I've never failed. You see I've never failed because I've never given up. Right. So I don't know what failure even means. Right. So I knew I wasn't going to fail. Right. And I think those who know me, I had to put this in there. Those that know me, right, they will say that all of my actions this year have backed these intentions and what I'm sharing with you right now. Everything about what I've done, right, has backed all of this. Right. And you guys, and that's key. When you step into a place of knowing in your business, your actions absolutely change. They absolutely change. All right. So number 1, I want you to try on moving to a place of knowing versus just believing. All right. Because believing has you just talking a bunch of bull crap, to be quite honest. Believing just has you saying all the right things. Knowing has you acting as if. Right. And so if you're acting as if, it means we're not waiting any longer to create the piece of content. We're not waiting any longer to get in a routine of creating content. We're not waiting any longer, right? There are no more excuses about getting ready to get ready. We are in the moment. We are doing the thing, right? We're doing the thing exponentially. Like we are in it. We are moving, right? There is nothing to figure out. We're doing, right? Super, super important. All right. Number two. All right. So the first thing was I got solid on me. Those were the big points of what I did to get solid on me first. Right. And as you can tell, I took my business personal. I put my own life best on first because I knew I couldn't help anyone else if I wasn't solid on me, my desires, what I wanted, right? And how I was going to get that out of this business that I was building for myself. Number two, all right, I got solid on what I wanted as a business and what I wanted me and my brand to be about. Y'all, so many people don't get solid on what they want as a business. This is exactly why for these people, it's so easy, right, to just invest their booties off. Everyone talks about how they don't have money and how money's hard to come by and all hard-earned money this and all of that, but they will invest their money and then they will boot scoot, right? And then they'll go invest their money someplace else and then boot scoot or disappear, right? It's a lie. Money is not hard to come by, right? You're just looking for the road to be easier. And most likely it's because you haven't just settled in on what you actually want as a business, right? And so make no bones about it, okay? This was huge for me, and I hope it can help a lot of people. When I sat down and I got real about what I wanted as a business for myself and the kind of brand that I wanted to build, I realized, you know what, Steph, like, let's not make this all fluffy, right? I realized that I'm a money-making brand. I realized that I love talking about money growth. I love talking about opportunity. I love talking about marketing. I love talking about selling and making sales and making money. And I knew that I love inspiring others to get out there and get their share. Y'all, this is going to be helpful for someone. I stopped disguising this as something deeper. How many deep folks are out there? Right? Where you've been sitting around trying to get all deep around your mission, get all deep around your vision, and you read it and you can't even understand what you're talking about because you done got all deep. Well, if you don't understand, right, from all that deepness, what you stand by and what your business is about, you better believe no one else is jumping on that train with you either. Right. And so when I got so solid where I'm like, no, I love talking about money. I am that income chick. I am going to talk about the kind of money I'm making and how I'm making it. And I'm going to help other people. Guess what? Like my brand, like I just gained so much clarity. And that's when it's like I released myself, right, to create the kind of content that I knew would speak to and call in my most ideal people that were people that who also what? Were money motivated. Wanted to learn how to sell online, wanted to learn how to market, loved the idea of making money, and loved the fact that they could find someone willing to talk about it, willing to share their results, and willing to share how they got it, like I'm doing tonight, right? And how other people can replicate it as well. When I stopped trying to be all deep around, you know, what I did and how I did it and help women reach their full potential, what does that even mean? Right? No, I want to help more women make more money in less time. Like I want to help more women realize that sleep money is a thing. I want to help more people, more women, more people realize that you can set these simple systems up online, right? That will help make you money directly from your content. I want to show more people how to create simple content, right? That translates into cash flow. People can understand that. Right? You can go and live your full potential once you're making all the money you want to make, right? Or once you free yourself from your job, or, you know, once you dig yourself out of your holes and your ruts, like that's what I want, right? So again, when I stopped getting deep, like everything just cleared up in my business. And it's like I was free to create the content that was authentic to me and that acted as a magnet. I opened myself to be way more magnetic, right, to my ideal people, you guys. And this is exactly how and why people purchase directly from my content. This is how people can watch a video and make a $500 decision right from my content. This is how people can join a live stream, right, and decide to purchase right from my live stream. This is how I can send an email and 15 minutes later, my phone is cha-chinging from people that are going over to my sales page, making the buying decision. Right? Is because I know what I'm about. I know what my brand is about. I know what my message is about. And with everything that I do, I'm about that. And people can hear that. And those that want that, right? They know that I'm speaking their language and I'm going to help them get all things around that. right? So let me just tell you, the deeper stuff kept me from the money. It's like it's kind of like I was so deep that it's like people had to decode what the heck I was even talking about. Like, how many of y'all can relate to that? Right? Like, you've sat there trying to write mission statements and vision statements. I've even had people say, Steph, can you read my mission and vision statement? And it's like a full page. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, if I'm confused, I can only imagine what the poor souls out there are feeling, right? As they're trying to consume your content and all of the deepness, right? And here's the thing, you guys, most people, like, they are attracted to fun, energetic, vibey brands, right? Again, that are speaking to them, that are authentic, that are real, right? That are transparent, right? They just want to know I have found someone that not only wants what I want, but they've actually achieved what I want, and they'll help me get there as well. The simpler you can keep things, right, the more money you will make. Write that down again. The simpler you can keep things, the more money that you will make. So this, for me, in terms of my roadmap, was so important, right? Because it took me realizing that I was actually, like, kind of turning people off from buying from me, right? This was before my pivot, right? Is again because I was trying to be so deep. So by speaking directly, I attracted people who wanted the same things and could hear and identify very, very clearly. All right. So don't mistake it. Yes, you want to have a vision for your business, right? You want to know where you're going. You want to have a mission that tells you why you're going there, right? But again, think about what I shared for point number one. I got solid on what I wanted, right? Was a business that pays me no less than $10,000 a month. That was my vision, right? The mission was so that I don't got to worry about money no more. I don't have to worry about paying the bills no more. I don't need a deeper reason, right? It's not so that I can, again, all this no. And how many people can identify that? If I could just build a business that consistently brought in $10,000 a month, then yeah, I could pay my bills and stack the rest. Make $10,000 the next month, pay my bills, and then stack that rest, right? And you look up and you're, a few months into your journey and you're sitting there, with 10, 15, 20, $30,000 just sitting there. Life-changing money for some, maybe, but how many people are walking around with just $10,000 sitting there that does not have to be touched? That's not accounted for anything. It's just stacking for future need, right? Again, how many people can identify that? So, like, those were the things that I started talking about. And I started getting people excited over earning their first $10,000 online, earning their first initial sales, right? And then helping them realize how they can actually do it. I really, really hope this is helpful, because this is the stuff, you guys, the work a lot of people avoid and or don't know to do, or they're trying to get too deep with it. And then when they go out there to create their content just doesn't land, right? And content that lands is not content that goes viral. I believe each and every one of us has it in us to go create content that can go viral. But if you go get 1 million views and no one joins your email list and or no one buys, how successful is that video? It's not. I would rather have videos that consistently get me, 500, 600, 1,000, 2,000 views, and I grow my email list from every video, right? And or I make a few $1,000s from every video. I would much rather have that. The beginning of this year, I remember I did a video or a live and I talked about how, imagine if every single piece of content you created netted you one sale at $500, right? Because that's the price of my digital product. And I can probably tell you every single piece of content I've created this year has made me multiple thousands of dollars. Y'all, it's because I got clear, and because in my content, my people can hear me, right? They can hear me. When you get to that point in your business, it doesn't take someone having to be around your brand for months and months and months before they make a buying decision. Do you see how critical, like, these steps are to your money making journey? Again, the more clear you can get on anything, the faster you can make money, the faster you can get the result that you want. All right. And that's with anything in life. All right. Step number 3. Okay. I then set my business up to be about this. I set my business up to embody all of this. Y'all, that's a big word. I set my business up to embody this. So I didn't just get clear on these things, right? And then go out there and start doing stuff contrary. I set my business up to embody what I wanted personally out of my business. And I set my business up to embody what I wanted my business and my brand to actually be about. So like, yes, I'm one of those people where I do sell a master resale rights course, but I sell it like nobody else sells a master resale rights course. And I will go doggone down on record for saying that. I sell it like no one else sells it. This is exactly why people struggle selling these kind of courses, because in everything they do, they're trying to compete with everyone else trying to sell these kind of courses. So many of my customers did not even know they were buying a master resale rights course when they purchased it from me. They were buying what I was simply selling through my messaging and my brand as it related to helping them learn how to make money online. Most people didn't even know the product or the course by name. They were buying my recommendation, right? And so again, because I knew what I wanted, again, I'm a money person. I love opportunity. I also love ownership and control. And I knew there were certain things that I was not going to allow to be the lead in my business. I was not going to be an affiliate marketer. I was not going to build up someone else's company. I was not going to create a bunch of content, right, that wasn't going to lead into more ownership and control. So MRR made so much doggone sense for me, right? And so when I came upon the course that I licensed, right, again, like I knew for a fact I met my match. I knew that I had aligned with something that embodied, right, what I wanted out of my business, right? Let me know if this is helpful. Again, this is why so many people make bad buying decisions, is because they buy other people's agendas, right? And they're swayed so fast, right? It's like someone can say boo, and you're like, ooh, I like the way they say boo, so that should be what I do, right? And it's because they never get solid, right, on these fundamental things first. There's no way, I'm telling you right now, I could have purchased this same master resale rights course last year like I did, and had I not got solid on those things initially first, my business outcome would not have been the same. Because there were so many things that could have swayed me, that could have knocked me off guard, that could have taken me off track, that could have had me jumping in other people's lanes. There were so many factors for sure, right, that again would have just taken me off track, and it would have been impossible for me to get to where I am right now. But I created the brand, the business, the lane, everything, my messaging, everything is because I got solid on those things first. All right. So when it comes to setting up a business, right, that embodied everything I talked about, the first thing I did was I closed down what no longer worked for me. I closed down my coaching business. I told my clients, like, this program here, at the end of the year, it's coming to an end. This was in 2023. Right? Like I made, and I talked about this in my email today, it might have felt like a knee-jerk reaction to a lot of people, but it wasn't. That change was coming for a very, very long time. Like I knew that my days were like numbered being a coach. I just wasn't fulfilled, right? And I knew that I wanted a more leveraged business model. So I closed down what wasn't working for me, right? I didn't allow the tail to wag the dog. Right? I wasn't afraid of cutting off that income because I knew something greater was there for me. All right. The next thing that I did is I licensed a product that I was proud to share. You guys, how many of y'all are proud to share whatever it is that you're selling? How many of y'all are trying to disguise it in so many things? How many of y'all are not even selling it? Right? But I licensed a product that I was so proud to share. And licensing, here we go with the embodiment. Licensing was so in alignment with how I wanted to earn and the way that I wanted to sell and to help others. Because remember, because I got clear on the fact that I love money growth, and I love opportunity. I realized that as a content creator, that I could have gone out there and created my own course, or created a new digital product, or picked one of the digital products I had already created over the past years. And I could have just simply sold that, right, as my product. It would have been perfectly fine. But because I realized, remember when I got clear that I love opportunity, I didn't just want to sell people information. I wanted to sell people information as well as the opportunity. And that's why licensing made so much sense and why it was in such alignment. because I got to sell people the critical information they needed to learn how to make money online, to learn these digital marketing skills. And for someone that didn't have a digital product, right, if they wanted to sell this course as their first digital product to get them going fast, they could, right? And the reason that was in such alignment for me is because that's exactly how I got started when I first stepped out online. It's exactly how I got started. I made 28 sales in my first 30 days because I didn't have to create. All I had to do was learn and take action. And I love that I was giving other people that exact same access to information to learn from, but even better, and the exact same access to opportunity to help them begin to earn fast without having to go out there and create something if they weren't already inspired or led to create a digital product. And if they did want to create a digital product, well, guess what? My training also taught them how to create a digital product. So it was an absolute win-win, right? Are you seeing now? Are you understanding now why taking those crucial steps in terms of knowing what you want personally out of your business, and then knowing what you want, how you want your business to look, right? What you want your brand to be about. Because when you can answer those questions, then you get to build a business by design that embodies you. And when it embodies you and what you want, it's easy to get on your platforms every single day, right? And to talk about those things and to inspire other people that want those same things as well. All right. I've never broken it down this way, but as I was just thinking about like all that I've done this year thus far, and how like I'm looking at this fourth quarter as like what I did in my first 3 quarters, I am challenging myself to do that in fourth quarter alone. So I'm challenging myself to do 6 figures in fourth quarter alone, which even as I say that, you hear the chuckle, right? Like I've got to do some work still, right? To create this knowing that it's already done, right? And I'm like admitting right now, like I don't have that knowing right now. I've got to do the work because that's what I want. Right. And so I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to attach meaning, right, to 6 figures in fourth quarter. Right. I'm going to make it personal. I'm going to choose not to fail. Right. It's going to be a personal endeavor. And when it's all said and done, I'm not stepping into October 1, right, without an incredible sense of knowing that it's mine. Like an incredible sense of knowing, not that it's mine in that sense, but a knowing that is me. Like I am a person, right, that earned 6 figures in 1 quarter, right? That knowing, because when I have that knowing, then guess what? Every single day I show up in my business as the woman, right, that's earning 6 figures every quarter, right? Or $33,000, right, every month. Now, I hope this is helping you. I really, really do. I hope that you're inspired. I hope that you're taking notes. I hope that you're making this personal. I hope that you're thinking about how you're going to close out this fourth quarter. I hope you're thinking about getting your butt up and doing something. Like, I just hope, right, that I am entirely leaving you better and that you're so glad that you popped on this live tonight. All right. Now, the second step when it came to in creating this business, right, that embodied all the things that I wanted. The first thing was I licensed a product, right? Again, so proud to offer. Number 2, right, I activated the power of one. All right. I activated the power of one. And this is where so many people go wrong. All right. So Steph, what's the power of one? All right. I got solid on the one problem that I was solving. I got solid on the one audience that I was serving. I got solid on the one product that I 1000% believed in. I got solid on the one platform that I would use to be discovered on. I got solid on building one main marketing email list. Again, that simply backed the offer that I was selling. And I got solid on one message that I back every single day. Do you see how there is no room, right, for error here? There's no room for like not knowing how to be about my business every single day. I'm not trying to solve a gazillion problems. I'm not launching a new product every single month. I'm not trying to figure out how to be in a gazillion different places. I'm not trying to appease, right? A lot of different people. I know who my audience is. I know the problem I solve for them. I know the desires of their heart, right? I know that my product helps them in all those things. I know that my product is the product for my audience. So I sell it every single day without compromise, without thinking that it's priced too high, without thinking I need a low ticket product, without second guessing it, without thinking this product over here might be a better suit, without thinking I need to have a stand store back with a bunch of different stuff. No, I sell it proudly every single day. So when someone encounters my brand, right, and again, all this jibes with them, the logical choice is to buy what my girl Steph Perez is selling me, right? Because I want what she says, right? She knows what it is that I want. I want the results she says that I can get, right? I would love to experience what she's experiencing. Therefore, I'm going to buy what she's suggesting to buy. I make it all easy. That's what the power of one does. It makes it easy where every single day I'm about my business. No one else's agenda. I don't care what nobody else is selling, right? I don't care about, MRR products that are less. I don't care about that. That's not what I'm building, right? Like I'm like Louis Vuitton, right? I'm in a class of my own. I know what it is that I'm doing. I know who I'm doing it for, right? I'll let Coach do their thing. I'll let Michael Kors do their thing. I'll even let the bigger brands and the higher, brands do their things. I'll let Walmart do their thing. I'll let Dollar Tree do their thing, but I'm going to do my thing. This has made it incredibly easy, right, to completely be about my business and to not be shaken by what other people are doing or to get worried or bothered, right, around comparing myself, right, and always switching gears or having shiny object syndrome. So the power of one, I'm telling you, right, everything to your success, right? If you want to explode your business during this final quarter, right, you better embrace the power of one, all right? And consistently, right, I kept getting better at these things. That was key also, right? So I kept getting better at how I solve the problem and growing deeper into my audience and embodying, again, like what my audience wants. Again, I just got better and better at each and every one of these things. Feel free to go back to my channel, watch content that I did at the beginning of the year. It's good content, but you're going to see an evolution in my brand. You're going to see an evolution in my messaging. You're also going to realize Steph says the same things over and over and over again, right? My messaging is my messaging, right? Because I'm only solving one problem for one audience and I have that one solution for them. There's not a gazillion different things that I need to say, right? I need to keep my messaging the same, right? And I just learned how to say it in different ways with different contexts, with different slants. And again, like those are all the things that I can help you with, right, inside of my community. All right. Number 4, okay, when it comes to building this business. All right. Y'all, I'm probably going to hurt some people's feelings here. Not once. Okay. This is the first, well, actually, this is the third year that I can actually say this. There's been two other instances where I got phenomenal 6-figure results because I worked such a plan before I even knew it was a thing. All right. But number 4, right? Like this to me really is like the play where if you can do this, this is putting your big girl and your big boy pants on. All right. This is not being a follower. All right. This is not playing into the agendas of other people. This is not being a crybaby. This is not worrying about what other people are doing. All right. So number 4, not once did I deviate. Not once this year did I deviate from my plan. Not once did I jump into someone else's lane. All right. Even when obstacles came my way. This includes changes with the roadmap. I didn't deviate. I got better. I got stronger. I created my own community. Why? Because let's go back to what I said earlier. I licensed a digital product that allowed me to download the course so that I could own forever, which means I didn't have to worry about what the owners were doing. I got to work my plan, right? Was it in my plan, right, to create my own community in this way? No. But when I had to do something because the owners were making changes, I had the provisions. Like God saw fit that I had the provisions, that I had invested into the right course that gave me downloadability so that I could keep building my business the way that I wanted to build it. Because even with their changes, the fact that I loved this course and believed in it and believe it's the course that people should learn from never changed. Not once did it change. right? So not once did I deviate, even when obstacles came my way. Changes, distractions, shiny objects, algorithm changes on YouTube, right? Even when I couldn't understand like why my videos stopped getting as many views as they used to, I never deviated from the plan, right, that I was working. You guys, I always went back to my 90-day plan. Always, 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 always. And I worked that doggone plan. And again, anyone that knows me, they will tell you they saw this the entire year through. Not once did I deviate. Not once did I make my audience feel like there's something better, right? Or if you can't afford this, there's this. That's not my messaging. That's not my brand. That's not my vibe. I'm not knocking people that have that approach. That just was not going to be my approach. Why? Because I believe in the product that I'm selling. And I believe when people come across my brand, my messaging, my content, right? I know for a fact if they're my people, they're going to see what I'm selling as the same way as well. And when they invest in it, they're not going to be let down. And that's exactly what I experience. The feedback that I get is incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. And I believe this is where so many people go wrong is they do deviate. Most people never have a plan, right? And those that do have a plan, as soon as obstacles come their way, they deviate, they run, they hide, right? Again, because they never know what it is that they want for themselves. And so they're so easily swayed. Okay. It's impossible to build a brand that's known, liked, and trusted when you don't know, like, and trust your own brand. And that's evident by the decisions that you make. You're nowhere long enough to build up the trust. There's always something different. There's always something new. There's always something else. There's nothing to actually trust. And you guys, I've had people that had to stack their coins in order to get started. What if I would have been that person where once they had the coins, I was off to something else? They would have second guessed, like, well, why did I stack my coins if Steph is now saying that this is the... You can't build trust that way. You can't. So I would have to say number 4 was probably like my strongest like attribute or factor when it came to this, because I learned how to be system dependent. I learned how, again, things like the power of one, right? Things like working my content plan, showing up no matter what. I learned how to depend upon the things that would get me results no matter what it took. Okay. I didn't ride highs, right? What does that mean, Steph? Like, I didn't celebrate too long. A matter of fact, I hardly celebrated. Trust me on this. When my business took off this year, I didn't like go to my husband every day and be like, oh, another sale, another sale. No, you know what I did? At the end of the month, I'm like, oh, we earned $17,000 this month. Oh, we earned $23,000 this month. Oh, I had my first 10. Like, it was just, I allowed it to be very, very matter of fact, right? Because I didn't want to celebrate something, because celebrating is like an indication of like, I don't know, kind of like, woohoo, I did it. No, here we go with this. I already knew I did it. The moment I create that knowing going into the year, I already knew that I was a $10,000 a month business. So what is there to celebrate, right? The celebration should have been the moment I had totally like embodied the knowing. That's when I should have celebrated. So it never felt right to celebrate, right? I was thankful. I reflected. I paid attention to what was working, right? I, kind of like reworked my game plan to do more of what was actually working, but I never rode the highs. And guess what? This is key right here. Please hear me on this, because I know people need to hear this. You guys, and I did not ride the lows or allow the lows to mean more than what they were. Some of y'all will never experience success you want. Some of y'all will never truly build momentum because you make the lows mean something so much bigger than what they really are. Well, Steph, you don't understand. No, I do understand. Because there was a point in my business this year, I went a week and a half. I think this was in June, maybe June or July, I forget which month, but a week and a half where I earned no sales. That was big for me. That was like, I'm like, okay, what's going on? And you know what I did? I did exactly what I had been doing all along. I kept creating the content on time, on point, showing up on Thursdays, showing up on Saturdays, emailing my list daily. I kept working my plan. And even though in that month I went a week and a half without generating a sale, guess what? Still earned over $10,000 for the month. So by learning how to be very even keeled, right? Again, because of all of this, it allowed me, again, I am that woman that earns no less than $10,000 a month. So do you see how with all of the actions I described, that's bigger than just belief. It's knowing. If I know that I'm going to earn $10,000 no less every month, why would I fret over what could be a minor setback? Or I don't know, it could be anything. But why am I going to worry about it when I know that my business does $10,000 a month, no less? So I just keep everything going as I naturally would. Do you see how that might be different than the way you might be navigating your business right now, or maybe even what you hear, right? Other people not explaining to you. And all I can tell you with so many years in business, like these are the things that are difference makers. These are the things, right, that separate those that, again, are amongst the 6% of entrepreneurs that earn $100,000 or more, right? Opposed to those that are either constantly on the struggle bus, constantly trying to figure things out, constantly hopping around, constantly looking for the easier button. They're spending six figures, right? Trying to find the easy button, right? Versus making smart investments and then working a plan and sticking to the plan like I'm sharing right here. All right. Number 5, y'all, and I did all of this from one main product, not a library of products, selling one main digital marketing course that I did not have to create. If you're someone, because I get these emails a lot, right? Like someone even was like, Steph, I'm finding that selling these MRR courses, they're really not that easy. And I replied and I said, yeah, because you're selling an MRR course and I'm not selling an MRR course. Do you see how what I do so much bigger than selling an MRR course? Like I said earlier, I don't sell this course like anyone else I know, right? Which is why I'm able to sell so much in my business, right? Because I'm not out there like everybody else. I very much so am offering a solution to problems, and I'm selling something that is in alignment with the desires of my ideal person. The name of it, no, never mind, because I'm not in competition with other people that are selling the exact same digital product. I'm not in competition for the name. I'm not trying to rank for MRR style stuff. I know there's way more people out there that know nothing about the product, that have desires of being able to supplement retirement, being able to achieve what I achieved. There are way more people out there that have desires of earning from home that don't even know such opportunities like this exist. Therefore, I build a brand to speak to those people. Now, I get the emails from people, I retired too early, or I'm about to retire and I don't have the money and I want to build a business. I get those emails. Y'all, it blows me away how many people are out there, again, that are scrambling, trying to figure this stuff out. So I allow my business to be an answer, to be a resource for those people. And I just so happen to sell something that's going to help them, right, put this all together for themselves. Just like I was able to put this all together for myself through the exact same product. So it's like I put my life vest on first. And then as I encounter people that are drowning, I'm like, hey, boo, same life vest I got on right there. It works, right? You see this life vest? There's one right there. It works. All you got to do is grab it and you can stop the drowning. Same thing with my digital product. I purchased this. It helped me refine my own digital marketing skills. It helped me put my life vest on. It helped me figure some things out, right? It got me on the straight and narrow. And all I do is tell people, like, you want these kind of results, and you get this thing right here. That's all that I do every single day. Who can do that? Whether it's with this or whether it's with an ebook you create or a course that you create, again, you got to figure out all those blanks. And then you create a business that embodies all of those things, right? And then you create something that's so irresistible for both yourself, which means it's easy for you to show up in every single day and do the work that's required to get the results that you want. And it's also irresistible as your people begin to discover you, right? On these interwebs, searching, looking, desiring. They come across your brand, they want what you have to offer, all right? So when it comes to from this one name product, all right, it's like I said, because I built a brand with a message that connected with people, all right? Really live here. Okay, this is where you really want to live, right? Do you see why YouTube is like my playground, right? Because I love to have conversations around these things. I'm not here to swindle you real quick. I'm not here to do a 3-minute video or a 6-second reel hoping that you get it. I don't want to do a 6-second reel and then spend 2 days in my DMs trying to convince you my digital product is it. No, I want to do what's easy and natural for me, which is to turn on my YouTube, right? Or record a video and upload it and riff and share, right? And then you be able to say, I want what she's selling. Like, I want this. That works for me. So that's where I live. All right. And then number 2, you guys, this is powerful. Please hear me on this. Not once did my income dip because of saturation or dry up because of someone else's decision. So yes, like the digital marketing course I purchased has master resale rights. And I think I'm going to do a whole training on this. I might add it into our portal as an additional training because I don't think people understand what master resale rights are. Master resale rights, they're not designed for you to be dependent on who you bought it from. Master resale rights are for you to be able to learn from the product first off, right? If you want to learn from it, but then to incorporate it into your business, right? And so even though I bought a master resale rights program where the owner decided to go in a different direction, it didn't sway my business. It didn't dry up my business because I was never selling that anyways. I was selling the solution of my brand. Right. And so not once did my income dry up because of some kind of, false idea around saturation. Because I'm not playing that game like other people are playing it. And not once did my sales dry up, right, because of someone else's decisions. Please write this down. Those are limiting, broke thoughts. And they're just not true. There is no saturation. If you decide to play in a pool with a small amount of people, then yeah, it's going to feel like the whole world knows about what you're selling. But if you do business differently, if you do business the way business is intended to be done, and you build a business based upon the desires of people or solving problems, guess what? Those problems are never going to run out. Those desires are never going to run out. There will always be more people that desire. There will always be more people that need a problem solved. No saturation, no competition, right? Because if you learn how to do business correctly, you set yourself up where no one can do it the way that you do it. And that's me. No one can ever do business the way that I do it. And that's how it should be done. That's what building a personal brand is all about, right? So just understand anytime you entertain ideas about saturation or, oh my gosh, everyone and their mother is out there promoting this, it's because you're promoting it wrong, all right? Those are limiting, broke thoughts. They're just not true and they sabotage you every single time. They sabotage you. And I know that's not what people want to hear, but it's the truth. Okay. So number 3, okay. Yes, I used a known done for you digital product, right? But I made money to this degree because I built my brand and my brand sold what I was selling. Someone needs to write that down. So yes, the done for you digital product I sell is very known. It's what put a lot of these courses on the map. It's what made a lot of people create different courses. However, I made my money to this degree because I built my brand and my brand sold what I was selling, period, in the discussion. Let me know, you guys, was this helpful? This has been my blueprint. This has been my roadmap. This is what kicked everything off for me. This is what I followed. This is how I started everything. This is what I want more people to know. Because you can learn all of the how-tos. You can learn ChatGPT and you can learn funnels and you can learn all of the tactics and even strategies. But unless you decide to develop a strategy for yourself that you are sold out on, that you won't allow anyone to challenge you on, that puts you in your own lane, anything you attempt to sell, you likely will struggle at selling because you'll be selling for the wrong reasons, right? You'll be selling it for the wrong reasons, right? So you guys, I just want you to know these final 90 days of 2024 can be transformational for you. Will you create a knowing around this? Your holidays can be different. You can go into 2025 with so much momentum and so much cash flow if you want to. You guys, for all of us, right? If we get solid on this, this is for all of us. If you'll simply get solid on these things. I shared this earlier. I'm going to close it out with this as well. You guys, fourth quarter is the comeback season. Games, I've said this over and over and over again over the years. I'm going to say it again tonight, and I said it when we kick things off. Games, Super Bowls are won in the fourth quarter. So does it, if a team wins the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter, are people remembering the first, second, and third quarter? No, they're just like, who won? Right? I've watched many basketball games, right? Where again, the blowout happens, the win happens, whether it be by 1 point in the fourth quarter. Businesses oftentimes will go and make way more money during the fourth quarter, right? Or have the best quarter of the entire year, right? And again, that happens for a variety of different reasons. The great thing about the fourth quarter is I like to think about the fourth quarter as really being like the first quarter prime for the next year, because I never like starting the year at zero. And that's what I had going into 2024. Is I had the fourth quarter of 2023 that was such a great primer. All right. Do you want to earn more money in the fourth quarter? Do you want to get your business and put your business on the map in the fourth quarter? You guys, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. I sell what it is that I sell because I know it gives my ideal person an edge. I know it teaches them what they need to know, the fundamentals about making money online. It teaches them the fundamentals about digital marketing. It teaches you more than you likely need to know about building a business that can get you to your first 6 figures. For sure, help you earn your first $10,000 online. All right. When you purchase this digital product from me, number one, you get all of the instructions. You get 29 modules, right? Over 300 videos that guide you step by step on how to get started, no matter where you are right now. You get the mentorship every single week. Show up on office hours, ask questions, get guidance, get feedback. Say, Steph, my mindset is off. Help me with this. Like whatever, help me with the tech, help me with my marketing, help me with my messaging. I'm there on Tuesdays, right? To serve the community, to help you guys because I know that it's needed. It's included with your purchase. You also get resources, right? So you're going to get the funnel to help you. Like if you want to build your business, right, by selling this course as your own, we give you the funnel. I walk you through how to get it set up. right? You get the resources. You can start using the resource completely for free to get your business going, right? We give you the emails. You have everything that you need to get up and running. If you want to create your own digital product, we have the modules, we have the training that will show you how to create a written digital product or how to create a video-based digital product. We show you how to house it. We show you how to market it. We show you how to brand yourself, right? Everything from A to Z, it's all in there, right? We also give you the license, right, included. So again, if you want to sell this course as your own, like I did, right, we give you the license that allows you to do that. Okay, and this is not an affiliate thing. You sell it, like you set up your business so that when someone decides to slide into your funnel and buy the course from you, they are paying you directly, right? They are paying you directly. So we're talking about a business that has crazy high profit margins, right? Like close to 100% profit margins, right? And next to nothing for overhead. I run my business, right, for less than $100 a month. Less than $100 a month. Everything is here to support you, to help you get started and to support you on this journey. This is not about you getting started and being dropped off. It's about getting started, right, and having a platform, having a community, right, to help you along the way. Right. And you guys, I have something so doggone sweet coming to support you in the fourth quarter. Again, it's optional. It'll be at a different investment. It's going to be so ridiculously low. Right. So for members that already have the course, it's going to blow you away, right, with what you're going to have access to during the fourth quarter to help you every single day. It's designed to help you do more, accomplish more, to get more out of your business during these last 90 days than you likely accomplish during the first 3 months, the first 3 quarters of this year. I'm so excited. All right. So at the very least, go get the information. Go to the description, click on GoProWithSteph.com, right? Get your booty in the community. All right. Get your booty in the community. I'm offering you the exact same course, the exact same opportunity, right, that I used, right, to help me change my own financial situation. And guess what? Going into 2025, it's only going to get better, right? And I've been selling this exact same course for this entire year, right? Without making any kind of crazy changes, without hopping around, right? I've rocked steady. And that's why I'm amongst the 6% of entrepreneurs, right, that get to earn $100,000 and more, right? Because I figured out a plan and I worked the plan. All right. If you also want to dive into a 50-minute walkthrough I did on the 90-day plan to help you with your first $10,000 a month, or I'm sorry, to help you earn your first $10,000. When we're done here, go over to my channel, click on videos and watch that video. It literally says 90-day plan to help you earn your first $10,000 or your first $10,000. It breaks down exactly what you want to focus on during 90 days. And what I have designed, it's going to help you. It's going to help support you during these final 90 days to make sure that no stone goes uncovered. And that day by day, like literally you're hearing from me every single day with an exact exercise, an exact action step. I'm already saying too much, but if you're on my email list, you'll get notified when I have this ready to go. It'll be in the next day or two. I just got to whip together the sales page, but it's going to be incredible. So I hope that you guys are leaving better than when you came. If you're not already a part of our Digital Profits U community, again, go to the link down below in the description, click on GoProWithSteph.com, right? Would love to hook you up and would love to give you the same advantage and the same edge that I gave myself, right, a year ago when I knew that I needed change. Study long, study wrong. I'm telling you. Right? The answer, the solution is right here. I hope you're leaving better. Take action, and I will see you in my next video and or my next live. And I look so forward to welcoming you into the community. Bye-bye.